Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 209 of Ask Vidas and Ausra podcast. This question was sent by John from Australia when he got back from his European trip, and he visited us and played a recital at our church, Vilnius University, St. John's Church. And upon returning, he sent this question with a feedback, basically. And I'd like to read an excerpt from his letter because his feedback about his own playing is so fascinating. Let me find a suitable place to start. I'm still buzzing with excitement from my trip, my pilgrimage to see the Master. I think it is only just starting to sink in now, the enormity of meeting you and playing an international recital. It felt so easy being with you because even though it was the first time we've met face to face, we've been friends for more than 7 years. I listened to most of my recital last night, and it was incredible reliving the experience. I remember a football coach once said, things are never as good as they seem, and things are never as bad as they seem. I think honestly that there is a lots of opportunity for improvement. You have been both very kind with the words you have said, but I want to get better. I can understand how you thought when was I going to crash. I was fortunate to somehow save it a few times. Maybe muscle memory saved me. I felt like it was so near yet so far. Some pieces were sounding so great and then whoops, messed up here. But the context is I had only been in your amazing country for 18 hours before the recital with about 4 hours of practice. So on the plane coming home I wrote a list. What went well? My research and preparation, recitation selections and preparation, repertoire selection sounded good on the organ, storytelling about the pieces, pedal solo in BWV 557, Ich ruf zu dir, I think I played without mistakes. The crowd applause was amazing, sent shivers up my spine. It must have meant a lot to them, as I felt the emotion. Having a go at 2 improvisations, preparing for heavy action by doing hand-on exercises with manuals coupled. I made you and Ausra proud. That people would like me to come back, surely that's a sign of success. What didn't go well? Pedal work. I didn't adjust to flat parallel pedal board, especially in improvisations. I hesitated in several pieces. I needed to look at the keys and pedals because I didn't feel comfortable. Took a while to get in the zone at the start of the recital. Shaking hands. My weaknesses were exposed with my finger technique and lack of accuracy. Weak spots in my pieces were exposed, especially in Bach fugues. Need to work on jumping between manuals using the third manual was a challenge. Needed to articulate between notes more in a highly reverberant acoustic and larger gaps and breathing of music between phrases. Overall, my biggest lesson was more slow practice needed. What do you think? As a student, what would you like to see me working on in the next 2 years? So, Ausra, what do you think about his feedback?
I think it's very deep, and I don't think I would do better for myself, if I would have to analyze my own recital. he has such a great analytical thinking about everything. And I think he thought of each single detail of his performing. This is, I think, very amazing.
Yeah, this is really exciting to read this through, and I hope people who are listening to this also understand how much thinking went into after the recital experience.
Yes, that's right.
And before too, you see what his preparation was. For example, he asked me to send a specification of the organ, which is normal, but then I had to take lots of pictures with the layout of the stop knobs actually, and he could practice using those stop knobs in advance and choosing the stops correctly, which actually almost worked.
Yes, he only needed to do a few corrections in the entire program, which I found also amazing.
Probably the most tricky thing for him was the pedal board, which was flat parallel pedal board, German style, and he was more used to the, I don't know, maybe radiating pedal board. But it takes a while to get this experience.
I know if he would have a few days to practice on that organ, I think he would be just okay with it.
Because normally people arrive a couple of days before and get 2 more practices on this organ. So he asks what he should be practicing now in the next 2 years. Maybe next 2 years is a very long time to think ahead, but let's say in a next few months for his next maybe performance in public. Let me while you think, Ausra, let me say a few suggestions. I think it would be nice for him to continue to improvise. Every practice session he could start with, I don't know, maybe a few minutes of improvisation as a warm-up, and then he should choose at least 3 pieces from different periods of organ composition. Let's say maybe 4 pieces, yes. One piece would be a Baroque piece, early Baroque, maybe 17th century. Then one piece would be Bach, one piece would be Romantic work, and one piece could be a modern composition, 20th or 21st century. What do you think?
Yes, I think that's a perfect suggestion. Because I think he needs to build up a repertoire to expand it. And I would definitely suggest him to play some of the Northern German music, Buxtehude, perhaps.
Chorale based.
Yes, or free work as well. Buxtehude wrote so many nice preludiums.
Exactly. And if he does this, he little by little can expand his repertoire while not putting many hours actually per day, because he doesn't have that possibility to practice for hours, because he has a family to take care of and a very demanding job and other things to do too besides organ. But learning 3 or 4 pieces a little bit at a time is doable.
I also thought to know about playing some French noëls, because I know that he is preparing for lessons and carols.
You're right.
I think this would be a nice occasion to play French Noël, so he could easily pick up something from, let's say,
probably
Daken or Balbastre
or Dandriot.
Yes.
Those few.
And it's nice about those, Noel-based variations that you don't have to play them the whole setting of variations. You can just stop after any of them. So.
Right, you can perform partially prepared work.
Yes.
Exactly. And for people who are in John's situation, this is a very good advice. Start expanding your repertoire a little, and also remember to repeat your old pieces from time to time.
Yes.
So that your repertoire would grow really, so that you are not only working on the new stuff, but basically really expanding your bag of tricks, so to say.
That's right.
Excellent. So we really hope that John can find, let's say, Bach's piece. He started playing a few preludes and fugues from the 8 Little Preludes and Fugues collection. Now he can take one step further, right? Maybe like a fugue, BWV 578 in G minor, or a shorter but not very long intermediate level preludes and fugues. What do you think?
Yes, it would be, I think, a great idea.
Or a chorale from Orgelbuchlein other than Ich ruf zu dir.
True, and since, as we gave him, our CDs.
Yeah.
And he thought that he liked Schmucke Dich by J.S. Bach.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might still be too hard for him to play at the moment, but if he really liked that kind of style, he could even try the Nun kommt der Heiland.
From the same collection of 18 great chorales.
Because it's less demanding than Schmucke Dich, but nevertheless it's very beautiful. And he has this nice ornamented soprano voice.
And it will work for lessons and carols, I think.
Yes, because it's based on Advent chorale. So
things like that would be very suitable for John to take one step further, expand his repertoire and make the pieces a little more complex now.
Sure.
But not too complex, just a few steps further. Thank you guys, this was Vidas.
And Ausra.
Please send us more of your questions, we love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.